Let's go. One,
Okay.
two,
1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's go. All right, so let's begin with an introduction. This is a SWTOR video. I am CephalonKet. This is my friend Bugbreach, and we're gonna be talking about SWTOR in 2025. As somebody who is who has been playing for a very long time, and Bugbreach who has been playing not for a very long time, who is a fairly new
Hi, I'm
player.
Bugbreach.
Yeah,
I'm Bugbreach. Hi.
yeah.
I would like, before we start, I would like to give a little bit of information where I'm coming from, because it may be like, oh yeah, we know, but I feel like giving context as to what kinds of game I usually play is always important with this kind of stuff. Because like, yes, I think people who watch you know that you play SWTOR.
Yeah.
I do not like MMOs, I do not like quests and open worlds, but I like to give games a try. I gave SWTOR a try way back. I don't know when we first played, at least like 4 years ago probably.
Yeah, probably.
I had a horrible time, not necessarily because of the game, but just the circumstances weren't great and I could not follow the game. And then whenever I uploaded my own video about my bounty hunter was when I actually sat down and played for the first time all alone, because I just wanted to really see if I can get into it. Because I like stories. I like short story games. And spoiler, I had a great time, as my beloved bounty hunter have. And now we are playing, as Kat said in the last video as well, in our little friend group. And we already have like 3 different characters.
Yeah, basically. Well, we
But
started.
we're finishing the... Yeah.
Yeah, we started as you as an Imperial agent, me as a warrior, our friend Mike, aka Askatosh, as an Inquisitor. Then we ran into a bug and we couldn't continue, so we were like, okay, we'll start other characters in the meantime. So another set, and then we're like, well, also let's try Republic. Let's get the characters ready. So we created the Republic characters. We haven't played that though. We still need to start with that, which I'm actually looking forward to, because we made some Twi'leks and it's gonna be a Twi'lek party. Hell yeah!
But also
So-
I would like to first finish one story and
Yeah.
then the next one, because I will get confused as
Yeah.
fuck.
Also, Bug has not touched the expansions. He has only played the
No.
class story of the bounty hunter once,
And it was already so long.
because you were
Like,
taking a
I-
long time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I like games that are done in an hour to 6 hours. And this is taking longer than 6 hours, mind you. I'm just not a fan of that, but still, I really enjoy the bounty hunter. I miss Have every day.
And you also like other longer games like BioShock.
BioShock is a 6 to 9 hour game.
Well, if you rush, I guess.
No, that's the intended length, and I can
Okay.
easily finish in that time if I actually like sit down and play it properly. Or here, Little Nightmares I also finished in 9 hours. It's like, yeah, 10 hours, but like, I don't necessarily like, that's it, I don't like games where you're like 20 hours or like never ending. For example, Warframe is another exception, and I don't really play it a lot either, but it's an ongoing story.
Yeah.
And usually I avoid these things, but there is always an exception. And I try to give games a try that my friends enjoy, because, you know, I also make them play a lot of games that I want to try.
You're in the club.
And that's friendship.
Exactly.
Forcing
Making
each
your friends
other.
play games.
All right, so I had released, I don't know when this video will release, but I released a video talking about SWTOR in 2025, coming back to it a couple of days ago. So that is when Bug approached me and he was like, let's talk about our different, viewpoints So you can give the other video a watch first, or we'll just, repeat ourselves quite a bit, I think.
This is SWTOR 2025 to Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly.
You should name this video that. This should be the title.
Maybe I will.
Maybe.
So yeah, so what are let's start with your first impressions of the game as a new player. Let's call you a new player. No, like technically you're not a new player anymore, but
I would say, like, yes, I played back in the day, but let's pretend that never happened. Because sometimes while playing now, I will remember quests or like, oh, I know this place, but I did not really pay attention. And like I said, I was miserable back then. I'm better now, slightly. So I am a new player. I have only experienced the complete Bounty Hunter story. I didn't do all the planet and side quests. No, I finished the companion quests, right? But yeah, only Bounty Hunter stuff.
Yeah.
So, as a new player, I actually really enjoyed the experience. The controls and everything is like, it is whatever. It was... I think it's easy to get into once you understand the concept of an MMO. Since I don't really play MMO, like the user interface and everything was a little but now it's been a while since I played Half and I got back into it very fast. I'm also in general not that deep in the Star Wars lore, but since SWTOR kind of plays before the movies, it's like I feel like you don't really need to know a lot about Star Wars to still like enjoy the world and everything.
It does help, but yeah.
Yeah, it helps, but like it doesn't help me to know who Palpatine is in this game.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I don't need to know the characters. Of course, you need to have a basic understanding probably of like, hey, we have aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Force.
Yeah, like the basic concept, but I feel like also if you are going to play SWTOR, you probably know something about Star Wars.
To be fair, when I first originally played way back in the day, when our friend Mike wanted me to play, I basically hadn't even really paid attention to the movies. It was I was completely like going into the unknown, and of course that did affect my enjoyment of the game. Like going in blind without even really knowing the universe made it feel like I couldn't really connect. But all that changed with when I got into Star Wars properly on my own, and then The Mandalorian, so all that, and the rest is history. So yeah, it depends.
Yeah, but also, I mean, I still haven't watched all the movies. I don't even know what movies I watched except for the third one, because General Grievous.
You have consumed.
Yeah. But I feel like I've consumed more after I started playing.
Yes, because it will most likely send you here.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm like... I don't even know I still cannot really tell Anakin and Luke apart. Like...
You have a long reach.
Man, they look... They're the same person in my head.
Well, they are related, so I guess...
Yeah. Like, I know the basics, but again, doesn't matter. So... I feel... when I played alone, I definitely, like... When I was able to follow the story properly and take my time, navigating, learning the maps, all that wasn't an issue. I specifically really enjoyed the bounty hunter combat I had. And like I mean I don't like enjoyed it to the way like, oh my god, this fucking slaps, but like it was better than what I remembered it was when I first tried. I also, when it comes to companions and everything, I quickly get annoyed with companions. But now looking back, I know that like I was upset with a lot of companion stuff all the time. But again, like Bounty Hunter, I really like the overall story and getting mad at some backstabbing happening. It's just like I just generally had a great time as a little noob, and I'm glad I gave it another try.
That's great.
Yeah, I posted my I played Star Wars: The Old Republic for the first time 1 year ago.
Ah,
So yeah, I'm pretty new, and I think I posted this after I was almost done with the story, because the stuff that I hadn't finished then was the fight against the Jedi Master that we did together.
Yeah. You were stuck on that on
Yeah.
Corellia.
Wow, this fucking guy. So yeah, 1 year ago I started being a newbie. So I'm a newbie.
Yes, you're
baby.
baby.
I'm baby.
You're feeling honored.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I don't have the comparison to like how it was back in the day. We constantly, when we play, Mike makes a joke of like, back in my day we had to walk all this way, we couldn't fast travel. I mean, I still can't fast travel because of the longest cooldown. But I know that it's always like, it's also like when you start with the sequel or like the new version of something, and then the other people who knew the original like, no, the original is much better. But I will never have that comparison. So I can only say like, I don't mind anything in this game at the moment, really. I think, but I also don't really have the ability to compare it and say like, oh, this is not worth it anymore in 2025 or something.
Yeah.
Havoc Squad's whole thing is
So,
crimes and
you subscribed now first, basically. Me and Mike were discussing subscribing, and then you were like, "Oh yeah, I subscribed," which was funny because coincidence. So, how do you feel now that you're subscribed
now we go
to the game?
Well, I subscribed before. I subscribed when I was playing with Hef because I wanted the legacy storage. And I don't think I ever used it with Hef, actually. Because I wanted storage, and you guys were like, oh, you just use the legacy storage. And I was like, I don't have that. And you tried to show me, and behold, it wasn't there because I wasn't subscribed. And all my legacy wasn't high enough, whatever. It's still not high enough, probably. But then I got the ship storage, so I don't think I ever used the legacy then. But yeah, I was thinking about subscribing again just because I wanted the legacy storage again, because I was like, I want that stuff. Yeah.
The legacy storage is something you don't need to subscribe for.
Yeah, well, I'm stupid. You know?
Okay.
Also, because I was thinking about playing as another species, but I cannot play the duo, so whatever. I just subscribed because honestly, I am by far not a subscription model fan. I hate it to death. But that being said, I feel like the price for SWTOR subscription is okay. I went with the 9-week subscription, which is, I believe... Oh God, what was it? What was it yearly? 30 or 60 something? I think 60 something. Was it? Oh. Either way, it's like, compared to other subscriptions that I'm used to, it's perfectly fine. And since I enjoy the game and I'm playing with my friends, I also want to support the devs since the game itself is free. I also just have gotten like cartel coins from just using the key, so I feel like in that regard, it's actually a very nice game. Like, you get stuff just for existing, basically.
Yeah.
And also, what I really liked when I first subscribed, after that ran out, I got a mail was like, hey, it was basically, hey, your subscription is done. but we will remember that you subscribe to us and we appreciate that. So you still get like a little bit of niceness from just having supported the game.
Yeah.
And it's those kind of things that it's like you can look at it different ways. You can be like, oh yeah, they're doing this on purpose, which I'm sure they are. But also, again, I have experienced a lot of gaming devs and communities, and it is rare to actually feel like they are valuing the people who are keeping the game alive. And just by doing something like that, because there are other games, we talked about that earlier, which just like, oh, you're not paying anymore, well, sucks to suck, you're not getting anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But at least with SWTOR, like, if you make a character with a race you subscribe for, you can keep that, they're not gonna take that away from you. Like, you keep what you have,
I mean, if they're
mostly, or if you subscribe again, you get it back. But you can still play.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not getting the high society VIP shit anymore, but, you know, you can still just do whatever the fuck you want. And also, you said that, like, the special content stuff you keep.
in the style.
Yeah, something that apparently even long-time players sometimes don't know about is that if you subscribe once, you will unlock all released expansions, and they will stay unlocked even when you play as a free-to-play player after that. So
all expansions that came out before you subscribed.
yeah, if a new expansion comes out and you're not subscribed, you will have to subscribe again. But for example, right now we are on the 7.0 expansion. And this, regardless of if you are subscribed or not, if you had subscribed at the beginning, you will you will keep the expansion unlocked until its completion. So any update for that expansion they release, you're gonna have unlocked by default without needing to subscribe again, which I think is amazing.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I just don't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even touched any expansion yet, but that is...
Well, you have them unlocked now. You have them unlocked.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, where the fuck is the mission?
Even if you decide to play in 3 years.
Oh, it's in
Yeah, because I think, like, right now, the only 2 expansions maybe that I know about, at least I think there was an expansion, is the romance thing, right?
What?
No,
Isn't the romance, like, the date night, whatever the fuck it's called?
It was one of the patches, basically. I don't...
For me, it shows.
Is that an expansion or is this
It's
just
not
like...
an expansion. It's like a
Okay.
little 2-minute cutscene.
Oh, okay. I mean, because I was gonna say I don't care about that anyway, because there's nobody I'm romancing.
Clean up.
But the other thing was the Knights of... No. What? I don't know.
Are you...
Hi, baby.
Your baby. Are you thinking of
Hi,
Knights
baby.
of the Internal Empire or something?
No.
No?
Fallen Order.
Well,
But I think it's a different game.
that's a different game, bug. All right.
If anybody was questioning my knowledge.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're really we have very 2 different viewpoints here. Very, very opposite ends.
What? Oh, you mean viewpoints as in like
You
from
are
the perspective of...
baby view, veteran view. Okay.
Yeah, no, because viewpoints just sounded to me like we have different opinions, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Sorry.
We are Padawan and Master.
You're not even a Padawan.
I'm not even a Padawan.
Yeah, you're like a little baby.
I'm a little hot baby.
Hot baby. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah, sure. Whatever, honey. Let's get to bed. So now that you've basically played a tiny, tiny fraction of the content, do you think that you would like to give the expansions a shot after we also play the Republic characters and maybe we pick our favorite sets? Do you think you would like to delve into the expansions, which I'm going to talk about them more in a second, but what do you think as the first thought?
Yes. So
This will be fun.
I would give them a shot. I have to say at the moment, but we also just went through Tatooine. I'm not feeling it. Like I am still on the bounty hunter high,
I see.
and so far the story and fucking Kaleo, not feeling it. But I also just think it's like it's still very early. I still only know Kaleo.
Yeah,
I only
it's
killed 2
early.
people so far, and like I like my character. I like the amount of times I have fallen from elevators.
So he
And-
know any better.
You know, the bugs are hilarious. So
Typical teenager behavior.
we're chilling. I have absolutely no clue what an expansion even would be like.
Yeah.
It's just another story, probably, right?
It's more story. It also whereas the class stories they focus on your story, your character story, specifically your
Yeah.
where you started, etc. The expansions are more general. Like there's
Yeah,
one
everybody has the
story
same- yeah.
for the Empire and one story for Republic, and then eventually it even merges.
Yeah.
So of course you have a different experience if you play Empire or Republic, but it is one story that you follow.
But how is that when you're like us 3 players? Because like right now we're all doing our own story, but is it then like the
I hated.
the multiplayer story where we all have the decision? Is it just like that?
It's a good question actually because it will change after, for example, I think the Makeb expansion, which is like the first big expansion. The stories we will have will have our own cutscenes, and we will not actually be able to join each other's stories for most of the time. So we'll how we did it before, me and Mike, we still, we went together because we can do the combat bits together and discuss everything together, but the cutscenes themselves, they were solo.
Yeah, but is it that we then all have the same cutscenes?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay.
Eventually we'll have the same cutscenes, but our own dialogue choices and stuff.
Yeah, but basically we're all doing our solo mission, but we're basically still in the same instance and the fight is the same.
Yeah, and
God, this is
actually,
so confusing.
yeah, don't worry
I
about
guess we will
it.
see.
It's-
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
Yay.
if you have to picture something, when you're there,
Yeah.
you don't have to think about it. It will just
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, I will see it. I will see it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
but I
surprise.
personally think you would enjoy the expansions because they're very linear. There is no running around.
Mm-hmm.
It's just story fight, story fight.
I mean,
So-
that's basically what I try to focus on with Have as well. I just wanted to focus on the main story with. God, continue. I just. Why do we do quests? Just tell me what to do. Just tell me where to go. It's like, quests are so stupid. It's like, I have to do them one by one anyway, so you can just, like, give me the story as is and make it a tree. Why do I have to pick and choose where I go? I miss the pizza so much. Go on.
That's another discussion on you hating some fundamental stuff about how games work. That's not,
No!
No?
I play plenty of games who don't have quests.
Like what?
What?
Like what?
Bioshock.
Bioshock has one giant quest.
Yeah.
You're playing one giant quest.
That's a story. I mean, with quests specifically, I mean like in SWTOR where you can go to a planet and have like optional stories that you can basically
Yeah,
do.
which is optional if you want to do it.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
You don't like the optional.
Because like also like companion quests, for example. Because as soon as it's like a quest thing, I get super scared that I'm accidentally missing out of something. Or like Cyberpunk as an example. I love Cyberpunk. I adore Cyberpunk.
Which is full of
And
quests.
Yes. And I'm so fucking mad about it because I finished the game for the first time, and then I get this bitch Pamela talk shit about me because apparently I missed one part of her quest, and she's like, "Oh, if you even know who I am," like, bitch, I saved your fucking life.
Well,
And like that is the thing I hate about quests, because it's like I am scared that I'm missing something and that's gonna ruin like my entire experience, because like I didn't mean to not talk to this person, but I just didn't see it. Or in
Right.
like Elden Ring, where it's just like, if I don't do the quest, everyone's gonna die.
they're
But I
gonna
don't know
die
that.
anyway. It's Elden Ring.
Yeah, but you know, it's just like I don't want to keep it like have it be a chance. Like, I mean, I yeah, like I get it in some ways because like realistic, because just happen chance. But if you want me to experience a story, just like I'm hanging around and like it's just, I don't like realists.
I think this is a different discussion that we.
Yeah.
It's agency. The game gives you agency in what you do, so the player has control over how much content they consume. If they want to
Yes,
only
my
consume
lord.
the main content, they can do that. If they want to engage in side content, they can do that. And if they engage in the side content, usually there is a reward, either narratively or, money, credits, or whatever. It's, how it works in most games. But that is not the point of this video.
I also don't like money and credits. I'm broke! I'm broke in SWTOR.
You do like money because you spent all the money on buying stuff. You like money. You don't
Yeah, but
like
no.
having to get money.
I don't like money. You could just let me get the stuff for free. Then I wouldn't need the money.
was one of the first people who actually
I'm broke in SWTOR.
guessed
I've already given you millions of credits.
I know. And I still can't fucking fast
I
travel.
have given Bug millions of credits. I have given him free outfits, but he still is somehow broke and does not like the outfits I gave him.
I told you I like the outfits you gave me, just not for my current character.
Whatever.
Also, I am broke because of the fast traveling. I don't know what else. I
You are
just-
not broke because of the fast traveling. The fast
Then why
traveling
am
did
I
not
broke?
take away millions of credits I gave you.
The millions of credits you gave me for what's it called? For unlocking my home and stuff like that.
Yeah, that
And
too.
getting clothes and stuff from the market.
Yeah.
You specifically gave me that for that. And I keep selling all the junk and everything.
Are
it's
you
just,
saying you want me to send you more money?
No, I want to have I want to know where the money went.
I hurt myself.
I don't know, man.
Anyway,
Yeah, back to the topic, whatever that. I don't remember what you talked about in your video, and I don't remember what I wanted to write down, what I wanted to mention.
well, what
We
I
could talk-
talked about in the video was that for new players, yes, absolutely, you should play because there's just so much content you get, even for free.
That's when I was born.
Mm-hmm.
For returning players, it's different because it depends on how much content you haven't played. But if you haven't played for like a couple of years, there's still not that much content released since a couple of years ago. Even we're still in the same expansion since 2022.
I feel like that was it.
So yeah, it's depends on what you play. And if you want to, for example, engage in group content, do operations, which is the end game raid, then okay, subscribe. But if you play for the story, you don't even have to subscribe since you've already unlocked the latest expansion if you subscribed since 2022.
I mean, you and Mike, you constantly replay everything.
The waypoint is broken.
Yeah.
Do you do this because it's fun?
Yes.
Ah.
Ah.
Stop.
I said ah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the class stories especially. It lets you create interesting characters. romances. There's so many romances you can have. The different decisions. It's good storytelling, a good RPG.
Yeah, it's like because I imagine like people who pick up games like this, like MMOs, like RPGs. And I mean, I love RPGs, but also I feel like not in the way that you guys do. Because we have the same thing like with Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
What did you want to say?
SWTOR is it's its own thing. It is an MMO, but it's also a huge. I consider it a huge single player RPG as well. It's
Yeah, it's an
unique in the
MMORPG.
MMO. It's unique in the MMO space.
Ah, is it?
It is. There is no other MMO that allows you to have class stories and RPG elements.
Really?
Yeah, there isn't
But
that I know of.
MMORPG is a term though. What are
Yeah,
other
but-
MMO?
RPG does not imply the dialogue choices and everything.
it's
RPG as a
roleplay.
term is, you make your character, so that's roleplay. It's a broad term.
Yeah,
I
the
think
thing
whoever
is,
has played SWTOR and has touched other MMOs will be very easily say that SWTOR is its own thing, even though it has the MMO tag, let's say.
yeah. I mean, I mean, MMO is just like that there are people around, I guess. I have played other MMOs, or at least tried them. And I don't know. I just because it's hard for me to follow the stories. Oh, Soulframe is listed as an MMORPG. Oh,
Hold on.
that's sweet.
I'll wait here.
This tutorial, I feel like
And you're like, right, cat screen, I look down, it's like, oh yeah.
the nice thing is that it is something for people who actually like you guys make like you think up your own characters and play your characters, making the decisions based off like the idea, the concept you have in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told you before, like I cannot do that. I always just follow what like myself. I don't really make a character. And I think like in that regard, SWTOR is nice because like you have the ability
Oh yeah, there comes our sip.
to brainstorm your own character. Like, I mean, I'm explaining the most basic concept of like
Yeah.
the options, but because for me, I would never wanna replay the story. It's just too long and it's boring to me to replay the same story again. And I don't want to explore other decisions, and I don't have to.
Interesting.
Because yeah, because for me it's just
Let's take the stairs.
SWTOR for you is like, oh, you can experience other decisions and other like, what if I would do this? And for me it's just like it's a game that has multiple stories that I can play. But I would think that once I have played all the stories, I'm like the game is done for me.
Yeah. They're my besties.
Because I like there are few games. I think especially again, Cyberpunk is probably the only game that I've played so many times. Like that's the only game I actually replay, but I also always do the same thing. I just replay it when they like add stuff or change things, or I wanna play a different looking character.
Yeah, for SWTOR there are, I imagine, quite a few players that just, they have their main character, they play through the story, and when they're done with the story, they're done. Like with other, like single-player games that have a, very nice story, but you only feel like playing it once, you don't feel like playing it again.
It's like with Baldur's Gate, I'm always like, how do you guys have the nerve to replay and like honor more? Because I'm just like
The nerve.
I just like it's like with SWTOR as well. It's like, yeah, we can do some side quests, but I'm just like, bro, I just want to finish the story and be done with it. Goddamn. But it's like this is the beauty of it all, that still, despite our differences, we are managing somehow, somewhat to play this game together. The three of us.
Yeah.
And Mike constantly trying to murder everything in sight. He loves surprises.
Love surprises.
I just, if I had a critic, except for that I cannot play Duros.
What?
I am so confused by the character creator for multiple reasons. For once, like they just added new stuff, which I appreciate. But the decisions of what they add are so beyond my comprehension.
How come?
It's like now with the millions of different skin colors that you have for multiple races, like the pink cat people.
Cathar?
Yeah. Like why I mean I don't know the species, but it's like they added a ridiculous amount of colors there, which is nice, you know. It's nice. But I don't know, because I spent a long time in the character creator, because I struggle to make a character, because it's super hard for me to find anything I'm happy with, because the customization itself is so limited, and a lot of the customization stuff is just textures, like the complexion is, and I know it's work. But I just wish instead of just slapping a million skin tones there, for everything they would like work more on like things that make you look like as different as an individual. For example, by using complexions, because with complexions you can do a lot.
Yeah.
Like textures are insane. And so again, like look at World of Warcraft. We replicated a lot of World of Warcraft texture work when I studied game making because of how it's done. Because it's like you work with a very simplistic thing and you just add all the information with textures. So I wish they would do that because, like, I say it as a joke the entire time, but every time I see characters in this game with the specific hairstyle, I call them glucose after Ket's character. Because there really aren't that many different hairstyles, and every time I see the hair in that color, I'm like, oh, that's glucose. Despite his face being like different stuff, or just different phrases, just... to me, it's just like roleplay, a big part of role-playing, and me even being able to be like, oh yeah, this is a different character, is visual stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of armor sets and everything, but like if I want my character to actually look like a different person, I would have to put a mask on her because the faces is just And also I'd hate the asses in the game, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
I don't like the booties.
Oh.
The other thing with the character creator,
I think that's one of the
getting timed out is just like I get it. It's probably the thing of like you have limited slots on a server for people. So if they're inactive, you know, you kick them. But man, I don't think I ever took so many screenshots of a character creator in any game ever. Just because I'm constantly scared and I'm getting thrown out.
Yeah, that has happened to all of us, I think.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think I've ever seen a game that kicks you out of the character creator. You're taking too long. It's crazy work.
Yeah, for me, they have added, since I started playing, they have added some complexions, which is definitely a step in the right direction. More is always welcome, like more complexions. They have added more hair, they're adding slowly, you know, more hair and stuff.
Yeah.
More hair colors would also be nice. More eye colors. I would say different heads in general, but they would need to, you know, animate that and do. I don't see them doing that.
Yeah,
it would be nice, but I don't see them doing that.
And that's what I mean, because like, I mean, textures are a lot of work as well. Like, I am by in no way trying to diminish like, oh, they could just do that because it's all work. I mean, personally, because I am also better with doing textures than 3D modeling. I just believe like adding new textures is way easier than making new hair and everything. And again, with like good textures, you can do stuff. Also, again, it's like lore-wise, I don't know how canon it all is with like tattoos and stuff like that. But for example, as the trooper, the tattoos you get really sad. And I think with Twi'leks as well, you have a thing where it's like there should be a separation between makeup and markings and stuff like that. Sometimes
absolutely.
There's like how things are connected. I don't know how difficult it would be to just like split those things. And I have the same thing with like in Warframe as well, where like if we only could like split some of the customization options, you wouldn't even have to make new textures in that way. You just split them, and that immediately gives you like so many more customization options just by being able to mix and match. Like imagine having eyebrows separate. That already is like you have the complexion and then you have different eyebrows.
Yeah.
That makes a whole new face. And like the eyebrows, as far as I know, they're just like textures, and you don't need to animate them because it's just like the mesh on the 3D part.
Yeah, small things like that, and also things such as the Togruta not having scars. Why not add scars for Togruta? You know, little things like that that would you can just, you know, I think it's doable. I think.
Yeah, kind of just like. I don't know what the word is. I'm just gonna say like equalize it.
Yeah.
That like because every character, unless the species specifically forbids it, has the ability to have scars. With tattoos, I'm like, okay, maybe in the Jedi Order there's like some rules or something like that. I don't think the Sith really care. It's like, okay, and the cybernetics with like cyborgs, I get that. But like makeup, complexions and stuff, that should be available for everyone, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
Especially when we can have pink cats. Why are they pink?
People were asking for pink cats.
We have pink cats, but the Zabraks still have like 5 skin tones.
Yeah, poor Zabrak.
Also, like Zabrak markings. Like I'm not even a big fan of Zabraks, but oh my god. Hey bro, I can make you those textures for free. Hit me up. I would love to just make different markings and shit like that. Just throw them in there, fuck it. That's always like the upsetting thing with games when like specifically textures. I was just like, bro, just sit me in a room for like 5 fucking weeks and I make you so many textures. It's so much fun.
Would the room be rubber? With rats?
It would. It should be rubber because I drop my tablet pen so much. I need rubber rooms. Also, oh god, merchants. I think merchants was one thing actually that infuriated me when I first played.
Yes.
Meaning?
What?
Meaning?
Yeah, it's like
Yes, of course.
the cartel market, all nice and good, but having so many merchants in this world, and when I played as Self, I wanted to get new outfits, so I went to multiple merchants and I found a lot of merchants who had nothing. And I would just like for the merchants to sell things in the game. And not just be empty stores, because everything's in the market now.
Isn't it nice? I come out of
I feel like,
cult, you come out
yeah.
I think that's just you'd have to find the right merchants.
No, there are literal merchants that have nothing.
You
There
mean
are
the
merchants in
trainers?
Maybe you will
No.
get a friend.
there's like I went to, I don't know if it was a cantina or something. There were two merchants who were just like they had nothing in stock.
Wouldn't it be crazy if my friends come
Was it on the
You got-
fleet?
Wouldn't that be something?
I don't know, but you guys also said it, that they like removed a bunch of stuff from the merchants and they
Okay.
it's not being used anymore.
Interesting. Yeah,
I'm gonna show my cat his food again.
maybe.
You guys told me that.
Okay.
Martha's gone again.
Just I'm trying to think of possible explanations.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, there's a bunch of outfits and everything on the store, and I found by now some merchants that sell armor sets as well, but the cool armor sets I find are always locked by like syndicate kind of stuff.
Do it.
I just... It's really hard for me to figure out where what is, because merchants all have the same symbol.
On my scalp and it hurts.
So I'm walking up to a guy and I never know what they're gonna sell me.
If I have my hair down.
I don't know if there's like a rule, but I don't know how to know who sells
When I
what.
was wearing the long hair wig for Buggy, I was in
And
short hair.
give me an explanation for
Sometimes
why
do
I
like-
click on a speeder and it teleports me in one place and in the other place I get a speeder.
This is nice.
That was
that
your
happened today?
mistake.
How am I supposed to know it does that?
You know, I
Every time, listen guys, every time I pressed on the speeder in the word of SWTOR,
Yeah,
the
I got
one
a sp-
time
zero.
no, I did this multiple, I
on
also did
Narshada.
it
I wish I still like. I wish I had
Narshada and
four balls.
Tatooine were the only places so far where I consciously saw that. I believe.
Narshada is the only place I believe where you interact with a speeder and you get a speeder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I clicked on it and I got a speeder. I go to another planet, I see a speeder sitting there, I click on it because I assume, oh, this is just a thing in this game. You get a speeder.
Or, you know, thinking logically, since we are talking about your class story, you got in a box, you got out of the box, you see the green
Yes,
door in front of you
at the moment.
of where you need to go and a speeder next to it.
Don't come at me with thinking logically.
No
I
logic.
think logically.
Okay.
No, that's not what I mean. It's like it looks the exact same as the thing
I'm near the
that gave me a speeder.
All right.
So I assume it's the exact same thing because it looks like the exact same thing.
Why would you need a speeder though? At that point,
Why would I need a speeder on Ashada?
to travel through the streets?
I already had a speeder in Ashada when I was
Maybe you didn't though.
I did.
When I was working at a call center. Yeah, but other players might not have a speeder at that point.
Yeah, well then, sucks to suck. I did.
Okay, that does not connect with what we're saying here.
What?
What?
Chat, comments. YouTube comments.
What I'm saying is
Am
you're
I-
stupid.
No,
I also once
bitch!
tried my
Don't come at me with being stupid, miss. You're on Drummond cars. Yeah.
I didn't even hear you. You cut off.
We were supposed to go to Goroban, you went Drummond cars.
Well, it's right next to each other.
Oh, no, okay.
Whatever.
little shape
Please, YouTube comments? YouTube comments?
with a pink lion there and it looked so good.
Please tell me you understand me. Because I constantly feel like when I say things that I'm being fucking gaslit. Because I genuinely feel like I'm saying it's not that crazy.
I like gray hair.
If I'm gonna go to a guy and slap him in the face and he's gonna slap me back, I know when I slap you, you slap me back. Then I go to another guy and I slap him and suddenly he
When I wanted
gives me a cake, that would be confusing. Because I know slap is slap, not slap is cake. So I'm like, mount is mount, not mount is teleportation.
The context here is that Bug got to the spoilers Bug go to the Imperial Agent story point where he has to get in a box and it teleports him to the far end side of the Tatooine map. And before the green giant gate he has to go through, there's a speeder, which a speeder, of course, teleports you back to society. And he thought that taking that speeder would give him the speeder instead of thinking that it would teleport him back.
Because I got a speeder before when I clicked on the speeder.
Never mind, I got it, don't worry.
And also I hadn't had looked around completely, so I didn't even know that I was somewhere in nowhere. There could have also been like a fast travel behind me or whatever. I did not know that. I didn't look at the map. I just got there and I saw a speeder and I was like, ooh, speeder. Big. It's not that crazy.
And
You
what
just-
I'm saying is also not that crazy, though.
You are a veteran player, you already knew what it does. I'm a new player, I had no idea what it does.
How do you
This
know
is-
that I didn't know? I didn't logically conclude the right thing when I first played.
What people perceive you as.
I don't know that, but then you can also imagine how I would get where I was at.
Know what you're supposed to
But now you're clip-clop. High and mighty, like I wouldn't make that mistake.
One of the books, the twisted
I'm
ones,
not
like,
saying I wouldn't make that mistake. You brought up my point of view.
Yeah,
children will see them as
because you know what it does now.
someone who
Do you understand what I'm saying?
see monsters,
Yeah.
twisted versions
Good.
of the things which are
Okay, move on.
Yeah, what do you mean move on? What am
I
I
mean,
supposed
get
to say?
over it.
I am over it. I just think it's stupid.
Okay. Would you recommend other players play the game now?
Sure.
New Year, New
I always recommend trying new things. And as I said, I feel like it's a game for people who like to roleplay. It's a game for people who like stories. Really recommend the Bounty Hunter story. Also fun little game was like Starfighter, which I really like. It's fun. Why are you giggling?
Because most people don't like Starfighter.
Well, I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
There's
There's also that special connection that the player has with the first class story they play, I feel.
Yeah, but it's also I mean, I don't know what the other companions are like yet. I just really like the dynamic of that. Like, that's something I really enjoy. Also, I love the Bounty Hunter ship. I do not like the ship I'm at currently.
You don't like the agent ship?
No, it's the layout is so confusing. I feel like the Bounty Hunter ship was way easier to like understand
I
for
see.
me.
Yeah.
It's just like I go in, I go up, and I'm at the front, and I don't have like weird. I don't know. The new ship feels really weird. But yeah, also game is free, so I'm always like, bro, if it's free, why not give it a try?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like depending on what story, it's like you probably have to bring some patience just for the story to pick up, which I'm doing right now because my story currently is very boring to me.
Bro, am I the
But
only fucking
we're also
here? Jesus Christ. You guys
pretty early, I believe.
Yeah.
It's called Star Wars.
And
I just wanna talk.
subscribe only when you're sure that you are going to play a lot. Always have your XP boosters on, and find a guild. There are, I have learned, I have the feeling in general that if you have friends, of course, you know, you can get help from friends. But if you're a new player and you don't have veteran friends like me, I am pretty sure this is the type of game where if you ask in game in the chat or in like in a group, whatever, there will be people who will help you.
I think so.
Because it feels to me it's like I don't know the community, and like every game has annoying people, But with Warframe as well and this game, I feel like they are similar in the way that people want you to have a good time. People love that there's like also when I posted my video, people were super excited because the people who play these games play them for a very long time, and seeing new people get into them is exciting for them. So they want you, they want to help you.
Yeah,
They want you to have the full experience and don't struggle and get frustrated.
absolutely.
Which is also why, like getting a guild is super easy. You just, they told me like, just type in chat, hey, looking for a guild, and I immediately got a DM like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna relog with another character, then I'm gonna send you an invite. And I was like, yeah, sure. And they were super nice because I knew why I needed to get into a guild. Just you get boosts and stuff from that, I believe, XP,
Yeah.
whatever. And they still, this person, I don't know that person, we chatted for a few minutes because they were like, oh yeah, always get into a guild because you get this and this and this from that, and you don't even need to give us anything back, you know, just join us for the boost. And I was like, yeah, no, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it feels very nice.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes you will see people role play, and it can be either very cringe, or you see a group of people, what's called,
RP
what's the
walking.
RP walk past you, and then you are there with your group, and you look at them like, holy shit, they are so cool, we need to start walking. And now I'm getting yelled at every time I RP walk. I just like walking around. It's nice.
It is nice when you have no people waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's nice, but especially I love Narshada, and Alderaan is actually like super pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Alderaan is the rich people place, right?
Yes.
Yes. It is so pretty.
You should buy a house there. It's a great investment.
Okay.
Anyway. Should we wrap it up?
I guess so. It's fucking 2:23 a.m. for me, and it's the...
All right. So to conclude, we have the factual statement from Bugbreach that you should play SWTOR in 2025. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
As a new
great.
player,
As a
because
new
I don't
player.
know how, for veterans what it's like.
Yeah,
That's
you
Kay's
don't know
opinion.
that stuff.
For new
but
players, I say go right ahead. It's nice.
yeah. Okay. Great. You can follow Bugbreach on his YouTube and Twitch and social media, whatever. We can link that all down below.
Follow me on Fur Affinity. No.
You,
What?
Okay, yeah, sure. Follow Bugbreach on Fur Affinity. And you can also like, comment what you thought about us very chaotically discussing this. If you like this content, let us know. You can also
gotta
follow
like
me
more.
on Twitch, where I stream a lot. And
Leave a comment suggesting the next topic we should make a video like this about.
yeah, make a suggestion on what we should argue about next. All right, see ya.
We have a podcast.
Sure we do. Yeah, we have 3
Yeah.
episodes, or maybe
Yeah.
2.
We'll make it. We can make it more.
We're gonna make more. Just let us know. All right.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Adios.